Hey guys, Caleb's Cards here, and what I love to do is write to celebrities and athletes, ask for the autograph through the mail, and got some returns in for you today. Wanted to share my week with you, and hopefully you guys will enjoy. And if you're new here, make sure you stay to the end of this video and just check it out and see what I'm doing. And also there's links below if you want to see more about the channel or how I find addresses. I got all that information down below in the description for you. And also if you have any questions, just leave them in comments. So let's go ahead and get started with Monday's TTMs. There were 4 successes today. I just sent off some more yesterday. Sent off quite a few, I think about 50 or so. So a decent amount. Should a couple weeks to sometimes even a week for those quick signers. You might start seeing some of those come back. And also still had some from the week prior, so they should start stacking up pretty soon. But anyway, without any further ado, got a basketball return. Don't get too many of those guys back, but I got Mr. Kelly Tripucka, who signed this one for me. And this one's a pretty cool shot. He signed this one for Bruce, so that'll be going to him when he's with Charlotte. I think he was taken when they just started in the expansion draft, I believe. And then this one he left undedicated, so it can go to whomever I wish. So, cool one there. Got a football one. It is a 70s, so it's not a 90s one for the contest, but it's alright. Got Mr. Roy Gorilla, former Oilers and Steelers kicker. This one he signed for Bruce. This one he signed for me, the Oilers. And this one, another one with the Steelers. This one I printed off myself by accident. Didn't realize that I'd already paid for it to be printed. It was in the bottom of the pile, and I didn't go all the way to look for it. So, but didn't come back smeared on a glossy photo paper, so that was good. Usually I go with matte photos if you're ever looking to do photos. And matte tends to be better because they smear less, especially if they happen to sign gold or silver. Glossy will just pretty much rub in the envelope. These 3 I did print myself, and they came out fine, so that's good. You can print lower quality photos from your printer sometimes, the less pixels, you know, like if they're like 300 by 500 or whatever. You're not going to be able to order those, but you can print them off yourself, and they usually come out right like this, like pictures of cards and stuff. Those usually come out, so that's where I got these. Mr. Dustin Hermanson played for a long time for a number of teams. He was around. I remember seeing him pitch a little bit with the Giants and Padres in that miraculous run by the Rockies in 07. So cool return there. I'm happy to get him. He's a good signer as well. And finally, didn't require a fee. I don't know if he does, but I don't know, sometimes people send it to him, but I've never really seen like consistent, so I didn't know if I had to send him a fee or not. But he signed both, Mr. Bert Campaneris, and one's going to be going to Garrett. He was a pretty good base stealer. I think he had about 300 or 400 steals. Might even had more than that. I could be shorting him there. Good defensive player. I used to think he was in the Hall of Fame for the longest time, and then I was like, oh, he's not. But he was still a very good player. Key part of that Oakland A's championship teams in the 70s. This one I'm thinking about giving to Garrett, the one with Brooks Robinson sliding in. Maybe I'll even send it to Brooks and get it dual signed. Send him like $20 or something. So, I don't know. I'm not a big dual sign guy because I'm afraid that they'll get lost or damaged in the mail, but you never know. I might try it. So that is everything for Monday. I will hopefully be back in just a second for you guys with either Tuesdays or Wednesday stuff. So see you in just a second. I'm back with Tuesday's TTMs. So I had 2 for Tuesday. Got Basketball Hall of Famer Ralph Sampson, and he signed one of the 2 I sent and included one of his extras for his foundation. So this one's going to Garrett. But here's he returned this one, but I think he's usually one per, and then he includes one of these. And it's got his Samson Family Foundation. There's the website. I think I'll go over there and I'll make a little donation to him. I didn't see anything like people were sending money, so I didn't know if he necessarily charged, but since he was kind enough to sign for me, I think I'll at least donate at least $5 or something like that just to help out. Then this gentleman, very nice, he actually paid for shipping back, which is totally unexpected. Included some extras here. This one's going to be going to Garrett, I'm pretty sure. Billy Sample. I think he's on Facebook. I have to message him. I think Nick's friends with him. This one. But Safe Travels, I think, is what this is. Yeah. And then this one, I thought this was a cool photo of him with Billy Buckner, who sadly passed away this year. And I went ahead and I decided to add Bill Buckner into my Baseball Stars binder, so I've been trying to round up his cards and put them in there. But pretty cool inscription from him. He also included a letter. It says, "Caleb, I enjoyed your letter. I shop at Lowe's, though here they are laying people off," which they did lay some people off. "I hope you survived the cuts." I did. They always tell me I'm not allowed to leave, so I'm good so far. Good luck with your baseball and cinema collections. Pleased to be a part of it, Billy. So Mr. Sample's always an awesome person if you ever get a chance to write to. He also included this article from Sports Illustrated. Oh, it's for Bruce. Okay. So it's not for Garrett. That one, this one, is for Bruce. I couldn't remember who I sent it. I guess it's not a colored envelope, so they should have told me. So that should be fun to read. And then, yeah, he included, he paid for shipping, which is totally unexpected. Put a big old cardboard piece in there. Keep the photos nice and safe, so I can always reuse the cardboard or something else, and I'll have to message him on Facebook and thank him for sending the stuff. So that is everything for Tuesday. I'll see if there's anything tomorrow. Alright, I'll be right back. Alrighty, I've got a little recap for Thursday and Wednesday. There was only a return to sender for Wednesday. It's actually for Dustin Blake's junk wax challenge. I tried sending to Pete Manley at that address, but it did come with a new one, so I'll send that to him at that address. Always irks me though, it's like why they put the address on there and they say return to sender, but they have the address right there, they can forward it. It's like, just forward it for me. So, but you know, they want to make an extra 55 cents, so I'll have to resend that one. Then today, a couple returns here, or not a couple, a few returns here from start off with Miss Bonnie Blair, who's probably the best female U.S. speed skater in Olympic history. She signed the 2 I sent, included 2 extras, her own there, and a couple kind of business card-like deals with all her accomplishments, and you can see there's a huge list there. So for 10 years, she pretty much dominated speed skating, so pretty awesome return from Miss Blair. Then we got a couple baseball returns here. We got Mr. Luis Pujols, who I believe is related to Albert Pujols. I sent to his baseball academy. So he signed those 3. Then we got Mr. Jim Archer, who signed these 2 in pen, custom, and a picture of the 62 post baseball cards. And then I'm not entirely sure what he wrote in here, but he wrote something there, so I can't quite make it out. what he said there. So if you guys have any ideas there, let me know. And a few celebrity returns here. We got Mr. Jack Ging, who signed one for Bruce and wrote a nice little letter back. That was nice of him. Very cool return there, Mr. Jack Ging. Then I sent to Jim Caviezel again after I got that new address from the return sender. My photo is returned unsigned, but I did get back this signed DVD cover, and I hope it's not somebody else's DVD cover that's mistaken for something of mine. And then he included the preprint photo. So I still technically got Jim Caviezel. That's pretty cool. And then finally, I got Miss Pat Carroll. And I removed, she inscribed it to me, but I asked her to inscribe it to one of my friends, so I did remove the personalization of my name solely for, because it was for somebody else, so it just says best wishes Pat Carroll now, but that will be going to somebody here. So I'm at 5x7. She voiced Ursula, the Little Mermaid movie, so. And she's, I think, about 89, 90 years. No, she's a little bit older. I think she's about 91 now, I believe. Could be wrong on that. So that's everything for Thursday. Hopefully the mail will continue into tomorrow on Friday, and I'll be right back to share with you what I got. Alright, I've got Friday's TTMs today, and honestly, amazing day today. Some really nice returns here. A pretty nice surprise too that I'll save for the end. We're joined here by Duke today. He's having a nice nap there. Enjoying himself there on the bed. So he'll be my little co-star here. So first off, I do have my first Junk Wax TTM, well, Dustin and Blake's Junk Wax TTM return. Coming back. It's a success. I had the return sender yesterday. Coming back from James Dixon, former wide receiver / kick returner for the Dallas Cowboys. And honestly, this was probably one of the top 7 cards maybe that I sent out that I really didn't expect to get back, because there's just like one address, and there's just really no history of returns from it recently. So I was like, I'll probably get return to sender out of this. But I sent every single card pretty much, I think, except for Sam Mills out. So, and yeah, I guess it pays off to still try those addresses, even if it says the last success was like 2015 or whatever. So, you never know. So, thank you, Mr. Dixon, for signing that card. That puts me at 1 so far for the contest. Then, next up, we have a signed card that came from Kim Williams. And she got a lot of Tennessee Titans cards, so I decided to send a few of them off. Sent to Mr. Kevin Dyson. He's a high school football coach in, I want to say, Maryland maybe, or Virginia, somewhere over there. Somewhere on the East Coast, I believe. I got the envelope somewhere. Here it is. What's the postmark? Oh, Tennessee. He's in Tennessee. And then, so he signed a couple photos for Garrett here from the Super Bowl. I know it's a very iconic image. He was extremely close to getting there. I know Tennessee Titans fans always say he made it in. And then we got this one. Thought it was pretty cool. This is from when he was a rookie. Looks like he scratched himself there in the cheek. They had to put a band-aid on it, but still a cool looking photo, so I thought Garrett would get a kick out of those. I know he's back now, so if he happens to see these, oh well, I guess the surprise is ruined, but that's okay. This one's been out for 2 years now. Shout out to Ellis Cards. I know he's kind of on a break right now, but he sent to him a long time ago and gave me the idea. So I decided to send, and it just took 2 years to get here, but it did come back. Former Cleveland Indians first baseman / DH Ryan Garco, and I remember him. He was a kind of a key contributor to the run the Cleveland Indians had in '07, and I think they may have done something in '08. I think, I don't remember, but it's still cool. I remember seeing him play a little bit when those games would be on TV. Then we got some celebrity successes here. We got Mr. Rick Springfield. He's a musician. So I believe I sent off for Bruce on these. So he signed all three, so that was really cool. We get Mr. Rick Springfield. There's a nice shot of the guitar. It's very awesome. It's not very often I can get those rock and roll guys. Got actor Anthony Andrews for Kim. He's a British actor. Pretty popular in lots of things from 70s, 80s. I know I can't think of, I can see him in the movies, but I can't think of the titles of the movies. But I know he's a pretty good one. And then he just wrote a nice letter for me, so it was very cool of him to do. He's joking, saying the photos are very old, they don't reflect what he looks like now, but he still signed them anyways. And then this is the really cool one. Honestly, did not expect this at all. She paid for extra shipping back, included an extra item for Garrett, and I've never sent to her before. I kind of wanted to, but just never printed the photos out. So she signed both for Garrett. This is Miss Nellie Adams. She is the ex-wife of Steve McQueen, who at one point was one of the coolest men on planet Earth for sure. Big time Hollywood actor. So she signed those two for him. Wrote a nice little letter back. And then included a CD for him. So pretty awesome. I did not expect that at all. So that's really nice. So I'll make sure to include that with Garrett's stuff when I send that to him. So thank you so much, Mrs. Adams. I'll have to send you a thank you note for doing that. So I'm sure just a kind of pretty cool added bonus, added story to the request. So that's everything for Friday. Duke, you got anything to add there? Yeah? No? I think he's good. He's not much of a talker. Alright guys, I will hopefully see you tomorrow, and if I get some TTMs, I'll do a little live opening for you. So I'll see you in just a second. Alrighty, I have some stuff here for Saturday, just two. Looks like an email that from SMU Women's Basketball, which I think is probably one that Kim requested for me, and then one that I wrote. So before we begin, just wanted to do a quick shout out to a fellow YouTuber, the Jags show. He's a young and up and coming YouTuber here, does fan packs and TTMs, and he will be joining us for the he will be joining us for the Battle of the Decades contest. So make sure you go check him out. I'll put a link to his channel down below. I appreciate if you'd go give him some support and help him gain a few more subscribers. That'd be awesome. And then speaking of the Battle of the Decades contest, I totally forgot last video or last section there that return from James Dixon does count towards the Battle of the Decades contest, as well as Dustin and Blake's Junk Wax challenge. Since I'm on Team 90s, it's a 90s card, so that does count towards my contest I'm holding. And also, we did decide too, if you don't have the cards, index cards, emails of players, at least that were from the 70s or coaches, count as well if you want to go that route. So I guess we'll open up the one that's probably an email. Well, you know what? Actually, this is one I sent, but he looks like he used his own envelope. He is the coach, the women's coach, though, at SMU, Mr. Travis Mays. Signed a 4x6. And then he signed this 5x7 for Garrett. And literally today I shipped off his package to him. I wanted to save it for Christmas, but I just couldn't wait. And you know, I saw his one of his recent videos and just thought maybe he could use a little bit of a pick-me-up, so thought I'd send that package out to him. So there's no reason to keep it secret from him. He knows it's coming. So there's another one for Garrett. I told him it'll probably be some stragglers for Christmas time anyways, so that'll be one of those, I guess. But hey, I did send that out today. He should probably, I'm guessing, Tuesday or Wednesday get it. Okay, so technically we do have 2 TTMs here that I wrote. So Portland, Oregon. This was sent out in June of this year. Let's see what it is. It's got a star in the corner, so I'm thinking this is probably for Kim, maybe. Oh, it's for Garrett. Ah, cool. So both these returns are for Garrett. He signed as his real name and his YouTube name. That's pretty awesome. This is Mr. AC Green. Signed one as Lakers and one Suns. I just think that's pretty cool to sign 2 card cutter. So pretty awesome, Mr. AC Green. I think I didn't send a donation or anything, but I think he will, if you do send something, it is appreciated, but I don't think it's required. So there are 2 basketball returns today. AC Green and Travis Mays. So nice way to end off this week. Really appreciate if you stuck around for the whole video there. Greatly means a lot to me, and hopefully you guys have a great rest of your weekend, and I will catch you all next week. Alright, talk to you later. Bye.